guys, my name is Jasmine Pineda, and I started my fitness journey around 4 years ago. When I first started, I was going through a really hard time physically and emotionally. I had just gotten out of a bad relationship. I had quit running, and my anxiety was the highest it had ever been. I was really, really sad, and I turned to food for comfort. Somehow, along the way, I let myself go, and I gained 40 pounds in less than a month. I had gotten so bad that I couldn't stand up to look at myself in the mirror. I would take off my clothes in the dark before jumping in the shower, and I would put my robe on immediately after getting out of the shower so that I did not have time to look at myself in the mirror. I felt so disgusting. None of my clothes fit right. I remember going into my closet and having nothing to wear. I'm not a t-shirt girl, never have been, but at the time that's the only thing that fit in my closet. I remember for the first time in my life that I could feel my stomach rolls, and when I would say it would just be so uncomfortable to the point where it would frustrate me and I would just start to cry. It wasn't until I saw someone from my past that I had realized what I had done to myself. That person made a comment about my weight gain, and for me it was almost as a shock because none of my friends and no one around me had ever said anything to me about it. So I felt very blindsided and lost and confused, but I felt like as soon as that comment was made, it was a huge turning point for me. I decided to make a change in my life, but I went to the extreme. Basically cut out a bunch of foods, and I was in a very, very low calorie diet, and it was really bad for my health. I remember times where I couldn't stand up too fast because if I did, I was going to pass out, and I had several instances like that happen. I remember almost hiding it because I didn't want comments being made because I knew what I was doing was unhealthy. Years after that, I struggled with eating disorders. I always turned to food for comfort, and I was like very upset at myself because I relied on food so much. I felt weak. So for a really long time I struggled with that, and it took a lot of self-reflection in my part to change my lifestyle and to find that balance that I needed to balance food and balance my training. Because I found balance in my life, I now feel comfortable in my own skin.
Turn around, I can't see your face. Tell me, where did you go? Was it something I did, something I said?
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie Mendoza, and I was introduced to fitness after ending a really toxic relationship. I completely lost myself. I didn't know who I was, and it was a very dark moment in my life. I started to doubt myself, and I would compare myself to other women around me. I was jealous, and that all led to me being depressed, and I felt alone.
We always said that love takes work. It's been a bumpy ride. I know how high.
Growing up, it was never okay for us to talk about our feelings, so I felt like I was building everything inside, and I felt like I needed to let it out some way or another.
If it's our time to say goodbye.
My escape to all of this was to step foot into a place where I would just forget all of the emotions that I was feeling inside. And that to me was the gym. I remember I had no clue what I was doing, and I remember I would look up YouTube videos on how to do certain workouts. The gym became therapy for me. It became a place where I was able to express my emotions. I had achieved the physique I wanted, but I still felt like something was missing. I still would compare myself to other women. I just wasn't happy, and I knew that there was something else that I could do to be happy. I realized that there was more out there. I knew that I needed to work on the inside, not just the outside.
Hi everyone, my name is Alejandra. My fitness journey started about 3 years ago. I started working out because I was going through a lot of stuff at home and I was going through a breakup. I would go to the gym just to get away from all that. It was a distraction and it was a way to just keep my mind busy. Shortly after I started working out, I became really obsessed with it because it made me happy, it made me feel strong, and also it was something I was in control of. The physical stress and pain that I would put myself through in the gym was something I had complete control of, not like everything else that was going on in my life. So I quickly learned that I had no control over the things that happened to me, but I could control how I reacted to them. And that's why I decided to keep working on myself, not just in the gym, but outside as well. I started reading books, I listened to a ton of podcasts, I spent a lot of time on my own. So that's why we decided to create this event, and that's why we decided to name it Unleash Her. It's going to be an event where we inspire and motivate women to unleash their inner badass.
We want women to find the strength from within and unleash it in every aspect of their lives.
We want women to know that working on the inside is just as important as working at the outside, that you are in control of your happiness.
We hope that this retreat will help you find the balance in your life so that you too can be comfortable, confident, empower other women, and feel really good about yourself no matter who's sitting next to you.